I'm standing on the shores of the Red Sea in Jordan, and it's early morning, but it's all go here. People are going for swims, getting on boats, sitting down having coffees with their friends, just getting ready for the day. It's nice and cool at this time of day. Just across the way is Eilat, Israel. It's, a 10-minute walk away, and then further over across the Red Sea is the Sinai Desert of Egypt, and then further round is Saudi Arabia. So Jordan is right in the middle of the Middle East. It's a peaceful country, and I've just spent 2 weeks travelling down the country, seeing the sites like Petra, Wadi Rum and Aqaba here on the Red Sea, and it's been an incredible experience. But there's a common thing that people tell me, and that is that things are really tough here. I'm Sharon Brettkelly, and today on The Detail, I'm looking at the impact of the Gaza war on Jordan, a peaceful country that has been deeply affected by the war. Our trek starts near the Dead Sea in the north and crosses over mountains, through canyons and valleys. It's pretty empty, except for the Bedouins we meet or see in the distance with their sheep and goats, living in caves or tents they call the House of Hair. We're in high season here, but you wouldn't know it. Even in the ancient city of Petra, famous for its intricate facades carved out of the rocks more than 2,000 years ago. What I discover is that Jordan doesn't have the oil that's made its neighbours wealthy. And in this volatile part of the world, the tourism industry propping up the economy is under immense pressure.
And action.
All right, guys. So here we have the monastery.
That's our guide Hashem Nawafleh telling us the story of an icon.
It's actually the largest facade in Petra. As you can see, it's 50 meters wide and 50 meters also height, so 50 by 50. This one was built during the 1st century BC, okay, and it is believed that they built it only as a test before making the treasury, which is the main facade in Petra.
He's proud to call Petra his home.
Petra is actually a very special place, and it's one of the new 7 wonders of the world. So Petra was built by Nabateans more than 2,000 years ago, and it's famous for an amazing rock-carved buildings like the treasury, the monastery, and people here are actually very kind and proud of the history of Petra.
It's been a big tourist attraction, since when?
Since it was announced first as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, that was 1985, and then it prospered since 2007 when it was announced as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. But we struggled a few problems and wars, starting from the Khaliji war with Iraq, that was 2001, and then also Iraq war with the US, that was 2003. Then it was the Arab Spring in 2011 until COVID, that was 2020 of course, and ending with Gaza war that started in the 7th of October 2023, and we are struggling for 2 years because of this war.
And when you say struggling, I mean, I talked to the manager of the Crown Plaza Hotel in Petra, and he told me that last year 35 hotels closed down in Petra alone. So Wadi Musa is the township that's attached to Petra.
Yeah, Wadi Musa is actually the main town next to the archaeological site Petra.
For 35 of those hotels to close down, and it's not a big town, so that's a sign of how tough things have been.
Yeah, so before the war, Petra used to get around 7,000 to 8,000 visitors every day. Now sometimes we get only 300 or 400 people a day, so it's almost a 90% drop. Many hotels and guides are struggling because of that. Tourism there is actually our main income, the main source of income. So almost all the families in Petra live from tourism. Guides, drivers, hotels, restaurants, souvenir shops, donkey guys, and like people on horses. So yeah, many people also lose their jobs when tourists stop coming, especially people who work in hotels and all of these shops that I mentioned. Yeah.
Why is that though? Because Jordan is a peaceful country. Why aren't you getting tourists?
Actually, mostly visitors from Europe, the US, and all over the world canceled their trips to Jordan, thinking that Jordan is not safe because the war is right next to us. But actually, Jordan is very peaceful and stable, and it's just a misunderstanding that people are having. Because actually, people, when they watch the news, they see fighting in Gaza or Israel, they think that all the region is the same.
But can you tell me, because I think the other day you mentioned that a lot of your tourists were Israelis.
Yes, actually, not a lot, but we used to receive some Israeli tourists. And also we used to have a lot of tourists who are coming by the border between us and Israel. So yeah, that was because we used to have good cooperation between Jordan and Israel regarding tourism. We used to receive a lot of the tourism that Israel promote for. So yes, people usually they used to come to visit Egypt, Israel, and Jordan all together. So when that war started, then people are canceling all of this tour for Jordan, Egypt, and Israel.
Is this your horse?
Yeah.
What's the name? What's the name of your horse?
The name horses?
Yeah.
Susanna.
Susanna. On our third day in Petra, we hire horses to take us up a steep, rocky path. At the top of a windy mountain, I talked to one of the owners, Omar Al-Hlalat.
The tourists, he don't coming to Jordan here. He's scared from the Jordan, but Jordan very safe. That's it.
What does it mean for you? Does it mean only one horse ride a day, and normally you would have 4 horse rides a day?
One-time tourists for 2 weeks. One-time tourists.
One tourist in 2 weeks.
So he said that they used to get like 2-3 tourists a day per one horse. And after the war, it's just one tourist every 2 weeks.
And this is your business. This is the way you earn money.
Only half. This my horse, my business. Only one.
So what does that mean for you? That you have no money?
No money. And Allah.
And tell Sharon how many children you've got, Ahmad.
I have 4 children.
4 children. Yes. So how do you feed your children?
They don't have any source of income, only this horse. And without tourism, they took, let's say, loans from the bank. They struggled and they kept waiting for the tourism to come back in order to pay for the loan. So this is how they used to survive this war.
That's very difficult.
Okay.
Well, we need to tell people to come to Jordan.
Inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
Leading us on our trek was Hamad, who's a Bedouin. He had taken a bus, hitchhiked and walked 18 kilometres to meet us. During our frequent rests, he would build a small fire and make tea in a kettle he carried in his backpack. Living such a remote, self-sufficient life, you'd think he would be untouched by the war. Not so. First of all, can you tell me your full name?
Hamad Hamad al Manajih.
The first name is Hamad, the name of his father, Muhammad. The family name is Al Manajih.
So, Hamad, you've taken us on this amazing journey through your country. Do you enjoy it?
طبعا أكيد مستمتع يعني وفرصة سعيدة تعرفت عليهم.
So he's very happy and it's an honor for him that he met you guys.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's an honour for us to meet you. When you're taking us across the desert and we feel like we're in the middle of nowhere, how do you know which track to choose?
أنا ما بعرف الطريق مثلا.
He used to live in the areas that we walked in, for total around 12 years, okay? And every day he's going out with the sheep, and he knows all the springs around that where he used to water his sheep. So of course this was his home, and these were his lands where he used to live. So he's memorizing the whole area here, and he knows where we are going because he used to live here.
Tell me about your life, because you're a Bedouin, which means that you live in the desert.
طبعا عايش في الخيمة.
They just live a very simple life with the tent, which is the house of hair that we saw, with the 60 sheep that he has and the 7 camels. They got the water from the springs around them, and that's it. Very simple life.
And do your children go to school?
Yes, there's a nearby school, and he's got only one child that goes to school because the rest of them are still very young children. So the school is 2 kilometers away from where they live. So they go walking 2 kilometers one way and 2 kilometers back.
The war in Gaza, I would think that where you live, you're sheltered from any bad things that happen around the world. But have you experienced anything to do with the war?
طبعا يعني أكثر يعني
The drones, the missiles that
flew over Jordan.
they flew over Jordan. Some of them fell at the same area where they live, so it was very loud voices for the crash, for the missiles, and of course the children were scared when they hear all of this.
Because the war has had a terrible impact on the economy of Jordan, does that affect you?
طبعا أثرت علينا.
كيف أثرت عليك؟
أثرت علينا على
Of course, yes, the war affected them. Even they don't work mainly in tourism, but the prices for the sheep, for the meat, all went down because people, like especially people who work in tourism, and tourism is an essential source for Jordan for income. So people, hotels, shops are not buying too much as they used to. They're not buying meat from him and sheep. So yes, it affected his business.
So before the war, what would you have been able to charge for one sheep?
يعني دخل مع السياحة.
His annual income before the war, it used to be around 6,000 JDs a year. Okay, after the war, it's not more than 3,000 JDs a year.
Wow, so half. So half.
It's half. Remember, he doesn't work mainly in tourism. Okay, so he's just trading in sheep and meat, and sometimes he go with this kind of tours.
What does that mean if you're only getting half your income from your sheep? What does that mean for your life? What do you miss out on?
أثر علي. كيف ما أثر على
Everything regarding his life, regarding his children, regarding the things that he used to get for his family.
Things like clothes and...
Exactly, clothes and school equipments and all of these things, yes.
Do you want your children to have the same life as you?
شوف على المسار اللي احنا فيه.
He said that he wishes that his children could live in a city, not the same life that he used to live, because he wants them to get in touch with people, with modern life, with modern people of the city, and that's will affect their mindset. So yes, he wishes that his children could live a better life than this one.
One of our unexpected experiences was a trip to Petra Public Hospital after my sister fell on a rocky path and cut her cheek. Within 2 hours, she was x-rayed, stitched up by a specialist and sent back to camp. The treatment was exceptional, but the experience revealed a hospital and staff under stress. Something I put to Hashem's sister Hashem Nawafleh, a doctor who works for the health ministry in Petra. She says Jordan's given a lot of support to Gaza.
For my country, I think it offered a lot of medical aids first, through air, through land, through airdrops as well. We offered volunteering medical personnel and nursing staff, doctors from different specialties, and as well field hospitals across the Gaza Strip and West Bank as well. We offered like medical evacuations as well for the people who are needy, like for an urgent care. And we're talking about amputated patients. We're talking about cancer patients as well.
I've had a little bit of experience of the Jordan health system, and it's been incredible, but it was also quite sobering for us to see the facilities there. I mean, they're fairly basic. Because you're providing this help and medical expertise and treatment to people in Gaza or people coming from Gaza, that must have been quite a drain on Jordan's health system.
Absolutely. That's so true. It was like really overwhelming for the healthcare system, which is already overwhelmed and drained.
We don't know whether this peace deal is going to last. So how does that make you feel?
I really feel hopeful for things to get better. But of course, there's still some negative feelings or feeling worried for how things would go on the long run. That's unsettling feeling for all the negative things that happen to go on repeat again.
I haven't spoken to anybody here who talks about the politics of what is going on.
For me, politics isn't really a major of interest of mine, but we have to keep low key talking about politics, I guess.
Really, because it's volatile.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
As we come to the end of our incredible journey, and just as there are signs tourism is starting to pick up, the peace deal is once again looking shaky. Hashem says the government has come up with a scheme for locals that might help his industry.
Yes, actually here in Jordan we have a program that started in COVID 2020, mainly to support the local communities that are struggling with the lack of the tourism. So the program is called Urdun Jannah, which means our Jordan is a heaven. It supports the tourism in Jordan for the locals themselves. Like any Jordanian can pay only 20 JDs and he can go for a tour that costs more than 100 JDs. And it's all a support from the government. But actually this won't be enough, especially for people who are mainly working in tourism. But this could help a little bit.
Are there any signs at all? I mean, now we're in Aqaba. It seems like there's quite a bit of development going on, along the shoreline there. So is there any sign, do you think, that things are picking up?
Aqaba is actually a special economic zone, and it has the only seaport in Jordan. So the city here is quite different. It has a lot of people from different nationalities that are living here. And also it's meant in tourism as well by the locals themselves, because usually a lot of Jordanians come here for shopping, for swimming. Unlike Petra, that a lot of people don't prefer to go there because Petra is just a cultural place. So this is the difference between Aqaba and Jordan. The locals prefer Aqaba more than Petra. That's why.
Oh, so Aqaba is prospering because of all these reasons, because it has a low tax or no tax rate.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, so here the taxes in Aqaba is only 7%, while the other 11 governorates in Jordan is 17%, and that's because Aqaba is a special free zone because of the only seaport that we have here.
You were also telling us at the beginning of our trip that the population of Jordan is about 11 million, and at least 2 million are refugees. Does that put a lot of pressure on the economy and education and health system, that kind of thing?
Of course, yes, because the original Jordanians here in Jordan are not more than 8 million people, while the rest are refugees. Like if you're talking about Palestinian refugees, we have more than 3 million Palestinian refugees that are having the Jordanian nationality. They came long time ago after the war of the 48 and the 67. And yes, they're having the Jordanian nationality. And yes, of course, that was like a bit hard on Jordan. Like if you go to Amman, you can see how crowded is that city because of the population density that they have. They're like 11.4 is the population of Jordan. 4.5 are only in Amman, in the capital Amman. So yes, they're putting a lot of effort on jobs and on the streets, on shops, on everything. Yes, so that's right.
Does that cause tension? Is there any bad feeling towards the refugees?
No, actually, as Jordanians, we are used to welcome any refugees from any nationality because this is Jordanian hospitality. And we also treat them as an original Jordanians, and they are most welcome, of course.
What about you? I mean, what are your hopes for the future? Do you think things might start to pick up now that there's a peace deal?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I felt that since that peace agreement was signed, tourism started to come back to Jordan, especially in Petra. Yeah, we started to see much more tourists. And for me, as a tour guide now, my dream is to open my own travel agency, like a small company that offers real local experiences in Jordan. And I wish to show people the beauty of my country, not only Petra, but also the deserts, mountains, and the Bedouin culture that we saw during our tour. So I just want visitors to see the real Jordan and feel Jordan the way we live it ourselves.
That's it for today. This trip was fully self-funded. The Detail is a newsroom production supported by RNZ and NZ On Air. This podcast was produced by Gwen McClure and engineered by Alex Harmer. Special thanks to Hashem Nawafleh, his sister Ikram, and our Bedouin guide Hamad. I'm Sharon Brettkelly. Ka kite.